debt, fear, relationships, the children, your health, work. When you want to give up and you need courage to continue, take heart and stay tuned as R.J. Jackson writes her signature message of hope on your heart. You don't have to live where you're dying, and you don't have to die where you're living. Like every show of Conversations on Courage, you'll be informed, inspired, and encouraged to find the courage you need to succeed at home, work, and in your business. Get your pen and paper. You'll want to take notes. And now, your host, R.J. Jackson, the Courage Giver.
Hello, everyone. As I always say, hola, konnichiwa, como esta? It's R.J. Jackson, the Courage Giver. I'm excited about this opportunity to be here with you and have you here with me. So welcome. I welcome each and every one of you. We're nothing, absolutely nothing without you. Today's show is brought to you by Worldwide Women Speakers at worldwidewomenspeakers.com. It's going to be another epic conversation on courage. We have a very special guest lined up just for you today because we believe in bringing you the best of the best because you deserve the best and nothing less. So we want to empower you, equip you, encourage you to take action and to live your best life ever. So it's our role and our goal, it's our purpose to supply you with the information you need in order to succeed. Today's no different. We got it for you. We have a very special guest coming up today. We're going to be talking about our health, and health is important. You know, we always talk about success, and success without health is nothing because we have to know how to take care of ourselves so that we can better assist everyone else. If you've ridden or flown, should I actually say, on an airplane lately, you've probably heard the flight attendant say, oh, wait, now they do things so different. Like the flight attendant doesn't even talk anymore. You probably watch the computer and the video, and on the video they say, if the cabin pressure should drop, oxygen will flow. Your mask will come down, and even though you don't see it happening, oh, I love that because it's like life. It's like how God does us. You don't see it happening. It's happening, my sister. It's happening, my brother. So it tells you, put your mask on first. Take care of you. And then assist those who are in need. And too often, what we try to do to prove we're successful is take care of other people. We are successful when we know how to, number one, put our mask on first so that we can be healthy and whole and not bring our stuff and our junk to the table for other people to eat. But we can be healthy and whole and help other people eat healthy, whole meals as well. You know, I said I'm going to talk about this one day, about that little excerpt from the airplane. They say put your mask on first, and so often we stop. Literally, we stop right there. Yeah, I got to put my mask on first. But there's a reason why you're putting your mask on, so that you can survive, so that you can thrive, and then, wait for it, write it down. Help other people do the same thing. You're putting your mask on first so that you can help someone else survive as well. Truth of the matter is, we need each other. We need each other to survive. And I love how we have resources and opportunities to connect so that we can survive. Our guest today is the program manager for the California Black Women's Health Project. Now, the California Black Women's Health Project is a 501c3 nonprofit organization which was established in 1994 as an affiliate of the Black Women's Health Imperative, formerly nationally known as the National Black Women's Health Project. It's based in D.C., Washington, D.C., but nationwide, and here in California, the goal is to empower women to become active. Get that. Write that down. Active participants in improving their own health status. In other words, putting their mask on first so they can better assist other people become healthy and whole. I'd like to welcome and ask you to help me welcome to the conversation Ms. Dana Sherrod. Dana is the program manager, and we're going to talk about what we can do to take care of ourselves so that we can better assist and take care of others. Ms. Dana, welcome to the conversation, beautiful.
Hi, RJ. Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to talk with you today.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I can't wait to learn more about your mission and your vision and the things you are doing to help women understand their life matters and they don't have to live where they're dying. And as I often say, they don't have to die where they're living. So let's just go dive deep into the conversation because somebody literally is dying right now. They've made unhealthy choices in so many areas of their life that life is choking the life out of them. And we want our women to grow. We want our young girls to grow and grow up and be healthy. And I know that's the whole goal for the California Black Women's Health Project. It's about growing. So healthy things grow. Tell us, Dana, tell us about your mission of serving, promoting, elevating, and preserving the mental health, not just of women, but in particularly Black women and all women.
Yes, thank you. So important. And thank you so much for just that wonderful introduction of who we are as the California Black Women's Health Project. We are entirely devoted to improving the health and wellness of California's 1.2 Black women and girls, 1.2 million Black women and girls. And so we do a lot of our work through advocacy, education, policy, and outreach. And what we do is we really look at a range of different issues that affect Black women. So it could be, aging, HIV and AIDS, domestic violence, so many things that impact our women. And what we've been looking at specifically right now is our mental health. We know that so many of our sisters throughout the state are dealing with a lot and really suffering in silence, when we're having some struggles with our mental health. And so, things like stigma and fear and shame and sometimes even cost, sometimes those are barriers for us reaching out to do more, to get help, and to be in a better place around our mental health. And so what the California Black Women's Health Project is doing right now is we've just launched a statewide project. It's really an initiative that we're looking to build into a movement, and it's called Sisters Mentally Mobilized. And essentially, Sisters Mentally Mobilized is a Black women-specific mental health initiative where we are training Black women in communities as mental health advocates. So we are teaching them how to connect and advocate for themselves, but also connect and advocate for their communities. And so we're training them as mental health advocates, but also preparing them to launch mental health-focused sister circles. And that's really kind of the sweet spot, I think, of community and mental health and connection among our sisters are these sister circles, which have been such a critical way that we connect with one another as women. And so we are so excited to be launching this movement, really launching it in different parts of the state where there are the most Black women and girls. So the Inland Empire, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Oakland, and we're really just taking it statewide and really building for us to be able to, as we say, tend to our mind care, heart care, and soul care.
So let's talk about something really important that you shared, and I'm going to come back to the sister circles in just a moment. Early on in the conversation, you talked about your focus is mental health and the stigma that comes along with it. Talk to me about the stigma of mental health and how it impacts women, Black women, being healthy.
Yeah, that's such a great question. I think a lot of the stigma is something that is almost like a historical and cultural thing that we've kind of held on to for so long. A lot of times, for many of us, we grew up, with our aunties and our moms, telling us that, we don't put our business in the street, we don't air our dirty laundry, or even to the fact of, mental health issues such as depression. Those are things that affect other people, but we have been through so much; those don't affect us. That's not a Black person thing, and so those misconceptions really create this stigma where we are so afraid of reaching out and going against the grain. And, unfortunately, like I said earlier, is that because of that stigma, so many of us are just dealing with our, with our struggles or our pains or our hurts just in silence. And we're not saying anything, we're not talking about it. And so, unfortunately, that has so many implications on not only our mental health but also our physical health, and we're really seeing that, in our sisters throughout the state.
So it's getting past that tradition that says, hey, what's said in here stays in here in this house. Not that it's something in terms of a good surprise, a birthday party or anything like that. It's the things that are literally killing us. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So as a part of breaking that cycle, the California Black Women's Health Project has created a movement, which you shared is the Sisters Circles, where sisters come together and talk.
Yeah, definitely. We, like I said, it's really, begins with us providing some foundational training in what we call our advocate training program. It's work that we've been doing, since the early 2000s, really training and preparing Black women to be health advocates and activists around really a lot of different issues, but specific to this is mental health. So, looking at things that specifically affect Black women and our mental health, looking at some of the historical trauma and historical issues of, why we kind of are in this space and why we respond certain ways, but then also to move us forward into that healing space as well. So we provide the training, and then our sisters who have been trained then, launch Sister Circles, which we're so excited about because it provides the women in circles opportunities to, share and to be open without judgment, to talk about some of those things that are happening in their lives, which is so critical because a lot of times, we don't really have those safe spaces that we can talk. But what makes these sister circles so unique is that it creates a sharing and a safe space, but it's also focused on advocacy. So these circles are meant to mobilize and be an arm of healing to the community as well, which we think is also so critical because we're hurting, personally, A lot of our families are hurting, and a lot of our communities are hurting. So that is the beauty of these sister circles, is to do work internally and to share and heal, but to also, like I said, be that healing arm in the community.
In the communities that you mentioned earlier, you mentioned Oakland, Los Angeles, the Inland Empire of Southern California. Those are all areas where women, and particularly black women, need to feel safe. And so to know there is a safe place where we can come, gather together with people who understand, how do they say, the struggle, is really amazingly awesome. So for the advocate program training that you offer, who are you looking for to be an advocate? What is an advocate, and how would someone get involved?
Sure, that's a great question. So really what we say is, all of our work, including Sisters Mentally Mobilized, we are all about an intergenerational approach. We think there's beauty in every sister's story and her life experiences. So really, Sisters Mentally Mobilized is for any black woman who's over the age of 18, but any black woman who has a story to share or experiences to bring. It's not required that she has any, previous mental health training. All we ask that she bring is her time, her passion, and her talent. And it's absolutely free to participate. It's a beautiful space to be in relation and community with other black women, because sometimes, we're in these spaces and we're the only one. So to be in a room full of our sisters is really a powerful experience, I think. So really open to any sisters who have this interest. And in terms of your question of what is an advocate, as it relates to mental health, or as it relates to this project, an advocate can look like so many different things. It can be someone who speaks up, even just in the midst of their own family or personal circles. When things come up or misconceptions are shared, or that stigma that we talked about is perpetuated in conversations. Even just having the courage to speak up and to share, truth, or speak out against those stigma perpetuating things or statements that can be really hurtful. An advocate can be somebody who is going, doing work in the community around improving mental health, or even taking it to a larger scale and doing some policy work or advocating for different legislative changes. It can look like so many different things, and we're really excited to prepare our sisters on all levels to tackle each area of being an advocate.
You're listening to Conversations on Courage with your host, R.J. Jackson, the Courage Giver. Quick, call your friends and invite them to listen in.
Our guest today is Dana Sherrod from the California Black Women's Health Project, and we're talking about being healthy and whole, getting involved, being a part of a community, sister circles where women like you find a safe place to come to find the resources they need in order to succeed and be healthy. So, Dana, we're talking about women coming together, black women in particular. Let's talk about the C word. Now, there are a lot of powerful C words out there. For me, it's courage and confidence. For you and your program, your organization, it seems like your C word, you might have more than one. So I'm going to say community and collaboration. And I think that's because you're extremely passionate about helping women understand that it takes a village. It takes a village. We weren't created to do this alone. So tell us about what does the community and collaboration look like for you, and how can people get involved, even with the sister circles? How can people get involved?
Absolutely. And I love what you just said about it takes a village. And that's, really the mentality and approach that we take to this work. As an organization, everything that we do, every program or project that we undertake is 100% collaborative. So we're always working with partners, other organizations, individuals who are also sharing the same interest or passion as us. But we also collaborate with and connect with and are so grateful for our statewide network of volunteers and regional representatives who really help us do this work across the state. So we are always open and always looking to connect with our sisters. And the best way to do that and for our sisters to engage with us is to connect with us through our website. We have different forms available that allow you to connect or reach out or just open a dialogue with us. And our website is www.CAB as in boy, WHP as in Peter.org. There's a Get Involved page that our sisters or anyone can really connect with us on. And in terms of the sister circles, these will be launching in different parts of the state. And so once those have begun to really catch fire, the project is very new and in its infancy, but we'll also be sharing that on our website where different women can go and find out where a circle is located that's in their community.
If you missed that website, the address again where you can connect to get involved is www.cabwhp.org. That's www, C as in Charles, A as in Adam, B as in boy, W as in Willie, H as in Henry, P as in Paul.org. They're waiting to connect with you because their vision is for you to have a healthier future where you are empowered to make choices that will change the world. If you just joined us, again, we're talking to Ms. Dana. She is the program manager for the California Black Women's Health Project. And we're talking about being healed and being whole because healthy things grow. And we want you to grow. So we're just honored to be able to share this information with you. It's just not information, but as we always promise, it's information that causes transformation in your situation. And I'm sure you will agree, change is a good thing. Today's show, once again, is brought to you by Worldwide Women Speakers of WorldwideWomenSpeakers.com.
Worldwide Women Speakers. We coach, speak, and train on purpose. Connect with us today at WorldwideWomenSpeakers.com. Whether you are looking to encourage, educate, inspire, or motivate, hiring a Worldwide Women Speaker is the perfect way to wow your audience. With such a wide range of talented speakers to choose from, finding the right person can be a bit challenging. That's why we are here to help you. We have the right speaker for your conference, training, and women's event. Contact us today at WorldwideWomenSpeakers.com. That's www.WorldwideWomenSpeakers.com.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, RJ brings her special guest to the table for more authentic and down-to-earth conversations on courage.
Courage is always required if we're going to be healthy. So, Ms. Dana, we're talking about what we as women can do to collaborate, to form community, to find and help create a safe place, should I say, for women to grow. And it takes courage to do that. We were just talking about, and you mentioned early that as women, and particularly black women, we were told, don't you talk about that outside this house. And so now we're asking women, well, come outside the house, come be a part of our circle and talk about what's happening in mental health, which already brings its own stigma. So, of course, courage is required. So what words of courage would you like to leave with women today to inspire them to flex their courage muscle, develop their mental toughness, and get healthy?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. You know, really, we, at least as Black women, I always say that we are pretty tough sisters. We have endured a lot. We continue to endure a lot, and we take on so many different roles. You know, we're wives and sisters and partners and so many different things. And I think it's okay for us to acknowledge our toughness, so to speak, or our ability to be the glue. But what I would say is that, you know, in all of that strength that we bring, as you said, we definitely want to recognize that we do need space sometimes to not be tough. We need to have the space to take off our capes, so to speak, our superwoman capes, and to be vulnerable. And like I said earlier, to tend to our mind care, heart care, and soul care, which is really kind of our tagline for this work and for this project. And we always encourage our sisters to take the time to engage in that critical self-care or relaxing activity, whether that be, you know, getting a massage or listening to some good music or singing or laughing or dancing or whatever it might be that makes us feel good and to not feel guilty about it. We also encourage our sisters to reach out to one another because the more that we talk and have these dialogues, then we're breaking down that stigma, we're breaking down some of that fear and shame when we talk about our mental health. And lastly, I would just say practicing some of that gratitude. There are so many things that can be challenging and tough, but there are a lot of good things that happen for us as well. And in fact, one of our sisters, who's a brilliant licensed clinical social worker, she shared with us how practicing gratitude actually begins to change our brain and produces dopamine and all these amazing things. So I would say also making sure that we're being thankful for what we have, what we do have, and all the things that are going well for us.
Thinking of being thankful, I'm thankful for you today and the opportunity you've granted us and the time you've taken to share this awesome information that will help us grow. And yeah, growing has some pains, but it's so much better when you're surrounded by people who can love on you. And I think that's what you shared, your sister circles are about. And so as you shared those words of encouragement and courage with us, I want to just remind women who are listening today how important it is to get around other people. Because when we have a tendency to pull back and draw back and be alone, then we create a space and an opportunity for negativity to thrive, where we are the ones who should be thriving and having an attitude, as you said, Dana, of gratitude. So reach out and touch someone. Put your mask on. Take care of yourself, as Dana has encouraged us to do, and then reach back and help someone else put their mask on. Dana, how can one who's listening today get involved in terms of finding where a sister circle might be held, going to a training? You offer so many things. We didn't really talk about it, but I know you offer domestic violence help, nutrition. There's so many programs that you offer in addition to mental health as a whole that women can get involved in. So how can they connect?
Sure. Definitely our website is where everything is housed. It's the best way to kind of learn more about who we are and what we're doing and how to get involved. And again, our web address is www.cabwhp.org. That's really the best way to find out more about what we're doing and what we're working on and how to support us as well. We also have an organizational email address that we can be reached at, which is wellwoman@cabwhp.org. So that's wellwoman@cabwhp.org. And we check that email and we respond and connect on an individual level there as well.
And if you missed that information, you didn't get a chance to write it down, you can always find it on our website, rjjackson.live. So don't forget to come on, look on the website, get that information, and get connected. So, Dana, as you talked recently, I heard you say, hey, come check us out on our website and see what's going on. So my question to you is, as Marvin Gaye would say, what's going on? What do you have coming up next? What kind of activities, what kind of workshops? What do you have coming up that we can partner with you?
Sure. We're always doing so many different things. We're always engaged in so many different events in the community that we're always looking for our sisters to come out and partner with us on. So there's always opportunities around that. Of course, Sisters Mentally Mobilized is a big one. We are currently in the middle of our cohort in the Inland Empire, which is amazing. We have a great group of sisters, but we're going to be moving to Sacramento, and then we'll be in LA and the Bay Area. So there's lots of opportunities around helping us spread the word and really connecting with partners. As we talked about, we're very collaborative. So that's really a big one. We've got a couple other things on the horizon around getting more Black women into the health professions. Really, there's always so much happening at the California Black Women's Health Project. We like to say we're a small team, but we're mighty. And we're mighty thanks again to really many of the volunteers and the sisters who partner with us in this work. So lots going on.
And it does take a partnership. So if you're looking for an organization that believes in you and their goal and their mission is to promote and improve your physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being, then you definitely want to make sure that you connect to the California Black Women's Health Project. They're here for you. And Dana, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing how we can best improve our life and live healthier. We really appreciate you sharing. Want to invite you, those of you who are listening, get connected, partner up. This is a safe place for you to be connected. Dana, thanks so much again. Anything else you'd like to share?
Thank you so much, RJ. I believe that is everything. I'm really excited to build connections with other sisters who are listening. We are always here. Like I said, the website's really a great place to start. And we're so thankful and so excited to have this opportunity. We are really moved by being able to speak to and connect with women throughout the state. And as we like to say, we allow our sisters to speak to us so that they can speak through us. So we're excited about this work. Thank you for everything that you're doing, and thank you for being in conversation with me today. I really appreciated it.
It's been an amazing conversation on courage. Thanks for sharing the resources and the opportunity for us to grow. And I just want to remind you, you don't have to live where you're dying, and you certainly don't have to die where you're living. We enjoy having you as our guest, a part of our conversation. Thanks for inviting us and welcoming us into your home, school, and office. We'll be back next week at the same time. In the meantime, In between time, do us a favor. Stay connected, keep up your courage, and stay blessed indeed.
Thank you for joining us for Conversations on Courage. Now that you've been inspired, informed, and encouraged, it's time for you to take action. So head on over to thecouragegiver.com. That's thecouragegiver.com and connect with RJ for a personal conversation on courage. She's waiting to help you take the risk you need to succeed.